Hi, my name is David Gwilton. This is another edition of Thoughts for the Ages. Um, I haven't done one of these in quite a while, and I apologize for that. I'm sure you've all been, checking every day to see what the latest stuff coming out of my brain is. And I've got so much stuff jammed in there that I thought it was about time I did one. Um, and forgive me, I've been busy with my company, which is wonderful, and doing community theater, which is also great. But I have spent the last probably 2 months on an international Cupid dating site. And so I want to share some of my experiences on there and to warn any of you gentlemen that might be looking on that site, or ladies, what to watch out for. Now, I don't know what the ladies' concerns might be. I've heard a lot of crazy stuff about them getting nude pictures from guys and guys asking for gift cards and stuff like that. But I want to address today my experience on there, which has been absolutely frustrating. I have not yet met one woman who is truthful as to who she is, what she does for a living, where she lives, probably truthful in how old she is, but certainly not truthful in the reality that maybe she's just looking for a guy to take care of her. Maybe she is, financially in need and has had come out of a bad relationship, or, I mean, who knows what, but is looking for somebody to spend time with and to take care of her, I guess is the easiest way to say that. There's a playbook, however, that so many of these women follow, and I want to share that with you. It's almost like they do have a playbook in front of them. You know, when you get a call from someone who's trying to sell you a product, they have a script in front of them that they're supposed to follow. They're trained to follow that script and to keep talking and not stop. Well, the women that I have encountered on this dating site, they don't so much have an audio script as they do a script for texting. You can tell when they haven't read your profile, because in my profile it says, if all you say is hi or hello to me and or only have one photo, I will not respond. That's just kind of real simple, because that gets rid of a lot of people. But most of the women don't even read the profile. They just look at a picture, or they go through and just hit send, copy and paste and send to any guy that's on there that looks like he may be living. But the playbook is, so let's exchange some chats. I'd like to get to know you. And so we may text back and forth for a day or so, and maybe even do a video call, because, I'm pretty insistent on, we need to do a video call. So I really see that you are a woman and not, some guy sitting in mom's basement, just texting stuff to me. So I'll do a video call with a woman and have a nice conversation, anywhere from a minute to, 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 minutes, and maybe have a couple of those. But when it comes down to where do you live, like one lady said, well, I live in Atlanta. Well, I live in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. So I said, well, I'll come down to Atlanta for a weekend. I'll get my own hotel, and we'll go out to dinner and get to know each other a little bit better. She supposedly owned a salon for women, which a lot of these ladies that are on this website seem to, it's easier to say they're in the salon business, I guess, or they own some small business than to come up with anything crazy. And this woman in Atlanta, she was just too busy. I said, well, you spend time chatting, it'll take an hour. I'll take you out to dinner. I wish I could. I just can't do it. And so I researched her more and her photos. And one of her photos, she forgot to take off a little tag, which had a person's name on it. And when I researched that person's name, turned out it was an actress, an Italian actress. And this lady in Atlanta took the pictures, the still photos from this actress's Facebook page, and posted those as her own. Now, I'd only done like a 30-second video call with her, and it was from a distance. and she kind of resembled this woman, but obviously it wasn't her. Um, but so many of these women will also tell you they're diversified investors. Yes, I run a salon or I own a winery, but I'm also a diversified investor. I invest in Bitcoin and gold market, and I guess that whole idea is to get you to ask, oh, how do you do that? And how much money could I give you to invest in me? Um, the last one, or I shouldn't, let me back up for a minute. Sometimes they even use the wrong name. Like I got a response from one woman this morning that didn't use my name, David. It was like, so Ralph, I really appreciate you sharing stuff with me. And so I wrote back to her. I said, how difficult is it to keep the men separate that you're responding to? Come on, this is not rocket science here. There was a woman that told me she owned a winery in Poland, very attractive lady. And I did a couple of video calls with her. But when I researched the winery, yeah, the winery exists, but it clearly states, I searched through Chat GPT and also Google and any other search engine I could figure out. And it said that it was founded and owned by a husband and wife team. That was not her. And the other thing that happens most of the time is if you dig deep enough to figure out that these women are all phonies, or so far for me that everyone has been a phony, and it's been 2 months now, and I haven't found a real honest person on there yet, is they get angry. That's the thing. And my experience, during my years has been, whenever you catch someone in a lie, they either continue to lie more, or their response is usually get angry, because they're irritated that you caught them in the lie, and now the jig is up, so to speak, and they don't know how to get out of it, and so they get angry at you. Because I've got responses like, I can't believe you don't trust me. Well, no, I don't trust you, since the pictures you're using as you stole them from an actress's Facebook site. So no, I kind of don't believe you. And now you're getting angry at me for questioning your veracity. It's really kind of, it's funny. And my children, I have 3 children that I love dearly, and they say they love me, but, maybe it's just because they want an inheritance. But I assure them that the $3,000 I'm leaving, $1,000 for each of them, which I think is more than generous, that the $3,000 I'm leaving is not in jeopardy. I'm not going to be giving this money to any woman that's asking for money. I own my own business, and I seem to be doing okay with that. I act in community theater, so I can still memorize dialogue and blocking on stage, where you go when. And I still am semi-literate, or more than semi-literate. So my intellectual abilities, capacities are just fine. So I tell the kids to relax. It really is, though, a study in what's going on with online dating sites. And so if you have a parent, single parent, divorced parent, widowed parent, whatever, that is on a dating site, or you have an older friend who is on dating sites, maybe you can just share some of this with them to not be taken in by this. Because for the gentlemen, most of these women are very attractive, and you can do a video call, and that part is real, but the rest of them is all phony. And I ask all of them, I say, okay, look, why would a 42-year-old or a 40-year-old very attractive young woman be interested in a man who is 75? And I never get an answer to that. Or if I do get an answer, it's usually along the lines of, well, I'm tired of young men, and I'm looking for a more mature man who knows what he wants in a woman, in a life partner or a wife. Someone who is calm and successful and blah, 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 blah. When they could just say, look, I'd like to get some of your money. I mean, that would be the truth. So I appreciate you listening. Again, if you know someone that's, tempted to get in online dating, especially this international Cupid dating site, caution them, and maybe you can help them not be taken in by these scams. If I ever find a real woman on this site, and and can verify that she is legit, and she's really honest, I will do another vlog and let you know that because chances are I'll be dating her. So thanks so much for listening. My name is David Gwilt, and this is Another Thought for the Ages. Thanks.